Welcome back everybody to episode number 3 of the Moto Morini ADV-R build. I call it the ADV-R build for Adventure Rally. We're taking this Moto Morini X-Cape 650, making it more like a rally bike. We're gonna make it lighter, faster, and look quite a bit different. I am really excited about today's episode. We're gonna do a full exhaust on this thing. It's gonna make it sound better. It's gonna be much lighter. It's gonna make it run better. It's gonna make it look better. It's just a win-win-win altogether. Now the exhaust we're going with is made by EXAN, E-X-A-N. I'd never heard of these guys before doing research on exhaust systems for the X-Cape. And they popped up and I liked the look of what they had. I like that they're made in Italy. And you guys will like the price you have to pay to get one of these systems. Now I went with the high system. I like that it looks more off-roadish. It's more protected. So they do offer a low system also. Now what EXAN offers is they got the full header and the mid pipe that you can connect to your stock muffler or any other muffler that you want to go with. You can buy the header and the mid pipe for 382 bucks, and then you can get the muffler for another 382 bucks. So for a full system, you're only looking at around 765 bucks, which is a great price. Now, if you're new to EXAN, they've been in the exhaust game for quite a while. They've actually been building exhaust since 1996. So I imagine they know what they're doing. Now, another thing you're gonna wanna do if you do a full exhaust on your bike, you're gonna wanna do a tune, which is just the air and the fuel mixture. The bike is gonna be running pretty lean after I put this on. So in episode 4, you're gonna wanna come around for that because Rapid Bike kicked us down a tuner for this thing, and that's gonna make this bike run bueno. So let's go over here to the bench, check out what we got. All right, guys, check this out. This is the full system from the guys over at EXAN, and this thing is beautiful. The welds are phenomenal. The craftsmanship looks great. This is all stainless steel. This thing looks phenomenal. So you've got your header pipes here. You got your connecting Y pipe. You've got your link pipe right here. This is the pipe to go up to the exhaust, I believe. And then you've got your exhaust here. I went with the carbon fiber. You have other choices for this. I believe another one is stainless and so on. Check that out yourself. And I ordered the one with the removable dB killer, so we can do a sound test with that in and with it out and see how wicked it sounds without it. And then it comes with all the hardware you need here. So I asked the guys over at EXAN if there's installation instructions for this, and they said, nah, it's pretty easy to figure out. And I just wanted to let you guys know if there was any or not. I could figure this out. And these, Moto Morini gave me these. These are like the stock exhaust gaskets. This is where the exhaust meets the cylinder. I might need these. Got a feeling I won't need these, but I have them just in case. So I guess the next step is let's get the stock header off and get this one on. All right, the stock system's completely removed. Fairly simple process. We did have to remove the entire right side foot peg bracket to get that long bolt out that was going through the catalytic converter, but I had to pull this off anyways to change it out. I almost forgot to unscrew the O2 sensors from the exhaust as I was pulling the headers off, so I just put one of the bolts back on and unscrewed these. These will go back into the new exhaust. Like I said, pretty simple process. The skid plate, getting that out of the way, no big deal. All right guys, you are not going to believe this, but I recorded all the installation on the new system and somehow I deleted the footage. So it's not a huge deal because like I said, the system's super easy to install. It didn't even come with instructions. Very basic. Let me just kind of go over it with you here. So obviously when you're installing it, you start at the front. You want to get your O2 sensors on first. So put a little bit of anti-seize on those threads on the O2 sensors. It just helps get them out later. I also use that on the studs for the headers. The headers are numbered 1 and 2. They write on them with a little marker pen. So you got your 2 headers coming down. Look at that, how nice and straight those are compared to the stock ones, which are like a pretzel. And they just come down here to your Y collector pipe right here. Make sure the collector pipe kind of angles up, not down. And there's some little springs that it comes with. You'll also see here, I have the rubber covers on these springs. Now these rubber sleeves are a pain to get on the springs. So put some WD-40 on them and they'll slide right on. And you've got your clamp right here. You got your mid connector pipe right here. Now this connector pipe mounts right back in here. So really easy to get at. You'll be able to figure that out. There's a spacer bracket right there. Get my finger out of the way. You can see how I did that. And then this bracket right here, I contacted them and they said it's for the stock heat cover, but I don't want to use that and I don't even see how it works. So I'm not using that. It connects right here, comes with this clamp and it comes on up. Put on this heat shield right here, piece of cake. And then it comes up and it mounts right in here. Comes with this spacer. It's just a little over 1 inch long, bolts right into the frame. Piece of cake. If you put your own sticker on, you can put it on or not put it on. So that's the full system. It looks great. Now I was telling you guys earlier, we're going to shave off some weight with this new system. You're not going to believe the weight savings. The stock full exhaust system, 20 pounds, 6 ounces. 11.5 of those pounds was the catalytic converter alone. So we're going from 20 pounds, 6 ounces down to 10 pounds, 12 ounces. 20 pounds down to 10 pounds. That's phenomenal. So let's fire it up, hear how it sounds, and see how the bike runs. So I figured I'd bring you my comments on the exhaust in the dark to test out the Insta360. It's supposed to have really good nighttime capabilities, and I figured going through the city here there'll be a lot of stops and starts where you can hear the exhaust better rather than just cruising along at 50 miles an hour. Where are you going, dude? So I have done a lot of miles with this exhaust. I rode it to work and back. That's about 70 miles. And I have to say, I love everything about this exhaust. I'm kind of surprised. I didn't really expect it to be this great, but I'm obviously stoked that it is. So the sound is
fantastic. It's, you know, it's not too loud, it's not too quiet. The bike just feels way more masculine now. You know, stock exhaust to me is just like, it's just so wimpy. What's great about the exhaust is if you're cruising along, I go to work 85 miles an hour, and the wind noise kind of drowns out the exhaust for the most part, so it's not irritating at all. I mean, there's no drone. The volume is perfect at every speed. Down low, going slower. It's got a nice roar. The back pressure is cool. It's a lot deeper than stock. It just sounds great all the time. And I haven't taken the DB killer out yet. And I'm kind of curious I'm sure with that out, it's going to be way too loud. But the exhaust note, I truly believe anybody that likes to put aftermarket exhaust on their bike, they're going to love it. So while I'm sitting here at this stupid red light, I want to tell you about this Insta360 real quick. This is my first time using it, so I'm hoping for the best as far as how the footage looks and how the audio sounds. I'm using the Purple Panda mic with a big furry dead cat on it, and this camera is supposed to be like all the rage. Whoa, that dude just totally cut that dude off. But tonight we're talking about exhaust. So one thing you'll notice is less heat. The catalytic converter, the stock unit, those things produce a ton of heat. So with that being gone now, obviously you're going to lose that heat. But I'm sure you guys are mostly curious about the power. How did it change the way this thing runs? And I am pleased. I definitely feel more boost when you're going, let's say you're going like 40 miles an hour in fourth gear. You roll on the throttle and gun it, and you definitely feel it pick up quicker. It's more snappy, it's quicker everywhere. It's not like, oh my god, you know, like doing a full-on tune, but it's definitely a power increase across the board. Let's say you're going like 80. I go, you know, down the freeway going 80, and I want to make a pass on somebody, and it picks up quicker. So I would say, if I had to estimate how much more power it has between, you know, horsepower and torque, maybe like, it's just hard to say, like 5 to 10%. You know, it is pleasing. And like I said earlier in the video, I mean, you're shaving off like 10 pounds or more. That's crazy. So sounds way better, looks way better. Where are you going, dude? Coming in. What is? Because anybody paying attention tonight? Like I was saying, okay, so sounds way better, looks way better. It's way lighter, it runs cooler. Dude, it's like a win-win-win ordeal. Listen to that. Now you'll notice a little more like cracking and popping on decel, which is cool. I dig that. So yeah, EXAN, they knocked out of the park with this exhaust. I'm super stoked on it.
All right, guys, that does it for this episode. Once again, episode number 4. The next episode's going to feature the Rapid Bike Tuner that's going to tie in with this full exhaust system and optimize the power you can get out of this bike. So you're going to want to come back for that. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you go do that and hit the notification button so you know when that episode comes out. Make sure you give this episode a like, and I'll see you in the next one.